climb aboard and sit your ass down. Don't worry, there's no need to fear when you hear. You know we're right here. Got the crew and we're ready for a game time. You're not ready to step inside a deranged mind. Yeah, this is what you came here for. We got machinima news and fuck yous. It's the goddamn Ward.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another thrilling episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinimas, survival horror updates on the Ward, and more, whatever the more means. And I'm your amazing and all-powerful host for this week, Alec Funnell. Joining me and judging me by my continuity, which is probably already out the window, is Sean Clark.
Hello.
And also joining us some reason, it's Jazz Rich.
For some reason. Hi.
You want to say hello?
No, my hi was for some reason.
Okay. Right. Before Sean becomes a Karen and complains about something stupid, it is time for Did You Know?
I'll complain about you.
Yeah, he never does. Anyway, did you know the first ever widely known machinima was in 1996 by the name of Diary of a Camper?
This is some Holocaust shit.
No. So, on October 26th, in 1996, a well-known gaming clan at the Rangers surprised the Quake community with Diary of a Camper, the first widely known machinima film. This short 100-second demo file contained the action and gore of many others, but in the context of a brief story rather than the usual deathmatch. So, yeah.
I think I actually did hear about that.
The more you know.
Ta-da! Back before machinima was like a recognized thing, like machinima didn't exist. It was just an online video. It was an internet video.
It was a website.
It was a website.
Machinima.com.
Get the fuck out.
Okay. Sean, would you like to complain about something for the next 10 minutes?
Probably.
Okay, go.
Am I complaining about something? Oh, like no, I don't have a specific thing to bitch. Well, I do, but why is my camera flipping out all of a sudden?
See? Okay, now complain and bitch about
goddamn camera. No, I do have two things to bitch about, but we'll talk more about that during the news. Outside of that, everything's all right. My week was shit. I can complain about that.
Okay, but, I guess we'll start with your week then. Yeah. All right. How was your week?
Wow.
I was gonna ask Jazz, but fuck it, we'll go with you.
I wasn't trying to segue into my week, but all right. Well, and to be fair, the only reason why I don't have anything to complain about is because I didn't look for anything to talk about in general. Like I didn't look at the news or anything like that. So I'm sure there's plenty for me to complain about. I just didn't find it. But for my week, I watched some things. I didn't play anything again because, life. But I watched more of the new season of Stranger Things. I watched the new Top Gun movie, which was actually really good. I was expecting it to be kind of bleh, but it was like way better than the first one. I watched all of WandaVision, which was good as well. I've been watching Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know how I feel about that. Are you guys watching that at all?
Nope.
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I don't know. I've seen them all. I figure why not? I've seen all the movies. Why stop now? But yeah, it's one of those things that seems like, why? Like, do we really need this? Not really. But it's fine. It's all right. It's worth watching. It's entertaining, so it's doing its job, I guess. I finished 30 Rock, which I actually started to kind of get into a little bit towards the end. I finally got around to fixing my computer. Well, I say fixing loosely because I don't know that it's actually fixed, but I finally got around to calling the tech and spending 2.5 hours on the phone, wiping my computer and rebuilding it and downloading very specific drivers and going through all these things to make sure that the PC functions the way that it's intended to, because it never had since I bought it a year ago. I literally waited to the last day of my warranty to call them because I knew it was going to take like 2+ hours to get through the process, but I ran out of time, so I had to force myself to do it, but I did it. So hopefully my computer is fixed or at least in better shape at this point. But I do have to go through and, re-add everything because there's nothing on it now. So I have to, I migrated everything over to an external hard drive. Now I got to move it all back and fix all the broken links, and it like broke all my like saved passwords and everything like that. And I never remember my passwords. So I'm gonna have to go through and change all my passwords and all the things that I've been dreading. But at least it's in process now, and I don't have to fucking worry about that. And if my computer's still broken afterwards, then I guess I have to fucking buy another computer soon, which I will not be pleased about, but we'll see.
I mean, it's been a year.
Oh yeah, it's an ancient computer now. A whole year has passed. I mean, it's kind of true. Like 6 months down the road, it's already outdated. But
I mean, you could have wasted your money on a PS5. At least the PS5 would have still worked.
But I can't make videos on a PS5, and the PS5 is garbage. We've been over this.
You can actually.
Yes.
You go make me a machinima on the PS5.
And you know what?
With all the wow. Alrighty. Anywho, yeah, that's kind of it for my week. A certain thing, two certain things were announced that ruined my week, but again, we'll talk about that later.
Sean's pregnant.
Cat game, yeah, that ruined my week. That's what it was. I have some topical thingamabobbies. What the fuck was that? Somebody got a trophy.
Yep.
I have, oh god, everything's falling apart. My Resident Evil 4 chainsaw control. God damn you, microphone. My chainsaw controller for Resident Evil 4.
I like how it's sticking out of the box.
Yeah, on the side. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow. That's how chainsaws work.
Wow, 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 wow.
I never opened it.
Machinima, please.
I've never used it. It is beautiful.
Using a PS5.
It is covered in dust, but it is glorious.
Does
One
it
of
even
these
work?
days, I don't know. I never took it. I never opened it.
Wow.
I hope so. But I need to get the I have the GameCube one. I need to get the PS2 one day. Even though it's like orange, it looks terrible. But
like the old duck hunt gun.
Oh, I wonder if that's why they made it orange, to make it look more like a toy. I never even thought about that. I'm like, why is it orange? It looks like shit, but that kind of makes sense, I guess. And I have the collector's edition of Resident Evil 4. That is open.
Wow.
Look.
Oh, that's open. Why is it open?
Listen.
What?
I couldn't, at the time when I bought this, I couldn't afford 2 copies of Resident Evil 4, so I had to play the one that I bought. But it's got a prologue thingamabob. I don't even remember what's in this.
Prologue thingamabob.
What is it? Oh, that's right. It like
Do
recaps
you playing Resident Evil 4?
Yeah. Wow. Recaps the previous games, even though they don't really matter, compared to Resident Evil 4. It's not like it's a direct continuation of important story elements, but anyways, it's got the soundtrack. This is weird. This is like select songs from the movies, I think. Like none of this is music from Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 soundtrack by Marilyn Manson.
It's random songs from the first 2 Resident Evil movies. Like why is there a picture of Resident Evil 4 on there? It's weird. And
it's an NFT.
With the Wesker's report. And I have like 3 of these for some reason. I don't know why. But it's a sound of Mr. Leon Canadian. Leon Canadian.
Mr. Leon Canadian.
Ta-da! And the beautiful, original, glorious Resident Evil 4 that will never be ruined by anything that Capcom ever does in the future.
Never. No.
Never ever. They would never shit on such a beautiful thing. Ever.
Never. No.
Nope.
Except they have, but never.
Never ever.
Never have I ever. Resident Evil Edition.
Ta-da. Yeah. And when you pre-ordered that, it came with this guy,
It
which
came with
is
a kick
a
in the balls.
preview of Resident Evil 4, and it's kind of cool because it's a little bit different. Like there, like some of the elements in that first area in the village are a little bit different, so you can kind of see some modifications that they made between the original build and the final build in the game. So it's kind of cool to have like a little slice of different version of Resident Evil 4. And that is all. Resident Evil 4 before it was ruined. Anyway.
Spoiler alert.
Hey Jazz.
Hi.
How was your week?
Sorry, I'm just making myself a coffee here. Hello. My week was okay. Not really.
We were ready.
The week was kind of poopy. Work was a little stressful this week. I don't know why, but it just was.
Ditto.
So I didn't have much time to do much of anything. I watched more Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I need
to watch that.
Yeah, Nine-Nine. I watched actually I watched a lot of Critical Role like last night and today.
You say that like it's a surprise.
No, because
like,
I hadn't been watching it a lot lately, but like last night and this morning, like up until you guys got online, I was pretty much watching like a lot of it. They did like I got to see their first live show that they did, which was pretty funny. Like I was laughing a lot and it was good. It was a good laughter at the end of the week. I really wanted to play some video games, but my external drive decided to just stop working.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy myself.
Wow.
So I'm gonna buy myself a new one. I'm gonna get a different brand because I don't know, when something craps out and within like 2 years, I don't think it's a good brand, and I go for something else. Also I don't remember what brand that was. So yeah. And then I played some games. I tried to get back to Resident Evil 1, but then I didn't.
Wow.
I tried to play the original.
I was gonna do a thing, but I was like, no.
Well, it's because like as soon as I loaded it, I remembered that I died and that I had a lot to like redo. So I was like, I'll do that later. I didn't feel like doing it.
I'm sorry, I want to point out that this cup I'm ashamed of now. Once upon a time, I was proud to have that cup, but now I hate it. You should be ashamed of that. You should be ashamed of that cup as well.
No, I'm not ashamed of this one. Stars never let me down.
They ruined everything.
I even put Jill next to a Christmas star to show that stars stick together.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Also, I wanted something in the background.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. So I don't remember, but yeah, basically I didn't play Resident Evil 1, so that's
the moral of the story.
I don't remember what I was saying, but I don't remember why, but I just didn't. I tried to play original Resident Evil 2. I think like I was doing it at work in between calls, but then I kind of like kept getting calls and was getting frustrated, so I just turned off the PS3 and I was like, fuck everything. Other than that, I've been watching hockey games again during work and random videos about volcanoes. Don't know why, but just because.
That is random as hell.
I used to really like volcanoes, and then I guess I stopped caring. Yeah. And then I think I know I watched a couple of movies. I don't really remember. There was one movie with like one of the kids from Stranger Things. Oh, and I watched Stranger Things. Yeah. I was like, I thought that was last week, but it's true. I watched it Sunday.
Did you watch all of it?
Yeah, I binged it all Sunday.
Damn.
I really don't know how I feel about it.
Oh no.
It was really awesome, and like without any spoilers, because Stranger Things always has like that like D&D reference, but without any spoilers. The D&D reference that they made, I hope I never run into when I play D&D ever. So, because ever. It's really scary.
Just stop playing D&D, then you won't.
Well, I have to start first, but yeah. No, it's like it's not even in the books. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't want to talk about it too much without like giving spoilers or anything. So maybe not, but we could talk about it. We'll talk about it later. I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of like part of it was super eventful, and then part of it was just like meh. And then of course you have to wait for part 2. Which comes out on July 1st, which is Canada Day, which is a Friday. And I don't work it because it's a national holiday. So I'll have the whole day to just binge it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. and then I so I watched a movie with the kid from Stranger Things because it was supposed to be like spooky horror movie.
Was it called Ghostbusters?
No, there was a kid from Stranger Things in Ghostbusters.
Yeah. One of the main kids is fucking what's his name? It's like Wolf or what the
Finn
fuck? Yeah, that guy.
Finn Wolfhard.
And
Actually,
that's
he
the one.
was in the movie that I watched. Actually, no, it was
Yeah.
called The Turning, and I should have known. It's a horror movie that's PG-13, so there was like no blood, no gore. Like literally, I don't care if I spoil it. At the end of the movie, like the girl's mom turns around, looks at her, and she freaks out and screams, but we don't see her face. So it was like, what was it? Why was it so scary?
What was it?
I don't know. He was pretty good though. He was creepy as fuck in it, but other than that, I don't know.
I don't understand the concept of making like a horror movie fucking PG-13. Why?
Right?
Who is it for?
Nobody.
Like
Like babies.
For the babies aren't even going to enjoy it
For the
either
woke
because like
people,
if
come
they're
on.
even if the babies see a horror movie, they're watching it for the fucking blood and gore and violence and
Right?
all the horror stuff. So who is it for? Nobody.
The whole time I was just thinking like, I know this main actress from something, but I don't know what. And I spent the entire movie just trying to figure out where I knew her from. So I didn't even get to enjoy the movie, but whatever. It was during work. And then lastly, I did play a game other than like the usual game, so I'm not even gonna bother with that shit. But I played this game, which I rediscovered on my shelf. So I mean it's called Wet. You know it.
No.
Yeah.
You know it.
I have to tell you what it's called because no matter how hard I work, I can't get the sticker off. So it's just wee. So I played wee.
Whee!
I really, really like this game. I'm gonna show it to you without the sticker. Wee. I really like this game because it's awesome.
It is awesome.
It's
I love
awesome.
that
It's
game.
really fun. The character is really funny, but also it's Eliza Dushku, and I'm really a big fan. Like I'm a fan of hers until she shot me that one time. I'm a fan of hers. I really like Faith in Buffy, even though a lot of people are like, "Oh, Faith is stupid." No, I really like Faith. So like the character is very Faith, and I don't know. I really like. I enjoy it. I enjoy the slow motion shit. I enjoy like you have to drink the alcohol to like heal up, and she like shoots the bottle in the air after. It's very like a badass like country, not country, like westerny type. Like she's got the pistols and like she's like a gunslinger. Word. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen Winona Earp, the show, but she's very like that. That's that character. I don't know. Jill's not watching. I know she watches that show, but she doesn't always watch the podcast because she sucks. But if you ever watch Winona Earp and you like the character, play this game because it's like playing that. It's really cool. Yeah, and that was also my show and tell, by the way, this game. Because one, it's a physical game. Because it's a physical game.
Physical game.
Which Sean likes. It's for the PS3, so you know, I have a lot of the games for that. And it has these in it, which games don't have those anymore. The little booklets.
Booklets.
See what I saw was boobs.
Ow! Wet. Wet.
Wet.
Wet.
We.
I have
wet.
two because in Canada, when you buy a game, well, when you used to buy a game and get these, one of them is French. So I also have like a whole bunch of these for Resident Evil games in French, if ever you want them. Just the Resident Evil.
When you open a French manual, does it go, ha ha?
Yeah, it goes, oh. Yeah, and it spits in your
Awesome.
face. I don't know why.
It smells like cheese and wine.
Smells real bad. Hella bad. But yeah, that is my game. And also week. Yep.
And show and tell.
And show and tell, yeah. I segued into it.
Good job.
Yeah. Okay, Alec, how was your week?
No, the question is, how was your fuck? So I played Life is Strange 2. Dead Island, Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell.
Saints
Um,
Row, gay out of hell.
Get out of hell, hello.
He's coming out of hell.
Played Final Fantasy 10-2 last mission. Murder House, PUBG. I also watched Stranger Things season 4.
I didn't know you had watched the other ones.
How do you have all this
Yeah.
time?
Because I'm not working.
Oh.
It's like, this is why I was hosting this week, because I could do everything.
Oh.
I did everything.
I hosted last week and I did everything.
Oh, wow.
And worked.
Didn't do a game. Anyway.
Wow.
Anyway. I watched Paradise PD. I started watching Humans again. So it just really reminded me when I was playing Detroit Beyond Human of Humans. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to watch Humans again. So there we go.
They're all Quantic Dream games anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Detroit Beyond Jason.
Yeah. And I've done 5 minutes of the Heavy Rain parody now. So 5 minutes of it's done. So yay. Showed up. It is the Resident Evil remake soundtrack.
Weren't we just talking about that today?
Yeah, because I posted, I was listening to it.
And it has the gunshots.
Yes.
That's so weird.
That is
So
super
it's
weird.
Blue. I don't want to open it too much.
Oh, so that's the limited one, right?
Um,
And he opened it.
I think the standard ones are black.
Racist.
The limited
Yeah.
ones are colored.
Yeah, I think this one's like the second edition of limited run or whatever. I don't know. Now this one's blue as well.
I gotta start getting some limited run shit.
Yeah.
Those are so damn nice.
I like how, you know, the top of it is just a normal fine, but then you look at it, it's got blood on the other end, and you're like, okay. That's normal. So yeah. It's good soundtrack, and it's just so different to listen to it on vinyl. It's like you hear things you don't hear it when you play the video game, even when you got the headset on. Just hear different things.
I turned the music off.
I know, because you're a fucking monster.
I'm a monster.
A monster.
Well, that's my show and tell. So, Jazz, what time is it?
Oh fuck.
I don't know.
Hold on.
You guys stop drinking.
It's not time for anything. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Okay, now it can be time for something.
He wasn't ready. Can I just?
I was ready.
Can I also just say that during Alex's week, like as he talks, I remember my week. That's always how it is. Every fucking day, I'm like, oh wait, I did this and this, whatever. Next week. I just wanted to say I'm stupid.
This is why I write things down.
Wanted to let you know.
I write things down, just not relevant things.
And yes, Sean does like Village. He loves Village.
He does not.
He can't wait for me to talk about the news.
No.
See, he can't. He said no.
It's time for the news.
Is that particularly loud, or is it just me?
It's just you. You suck.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's fine.
Well, my settings are all fucked up because the computer thing. So yeah, if the volume is fucked up on anybody's end, I apologize. It's not my fault.
Breaking news: Sean loves Resident Evil Village.
Nope.
So funny.
So funny.
Sorry.
Anyway, should we have some news? Picture.
No. Well, which one am I doing first?
Do your own pictures, Alec.
You didn't.
I literally done everything this week.
I've got time.
Me.
Oh wow. I may have fucked up. Hold on. Do a dance.
Oh, actually, I wanted to go over something that Sasha said earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, I gotta find it first. Wait. Oh yeah, Sasha said I could imagine the next machinima of a game with a chainsaw enemy just doing that now, just going around going wow 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 wow. And I just wanted to say like it's been noted, and it will happen. The sound of a chainsaw. Wow 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 wow. Oh,
Has there been a Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game?
probably.
They're making one currently.
I'm on my 4th cup of coffee and I'm starting to feel it. Man.
They made one on like the fucking Atari, I think.
Battery.
And they're making a new one. And it actually looks like visually, like graphically, it looks fucking amazing.
Better than the movie.
Shut the fuck up.
The movie was garbage.
That is a good movie.
It was so stupid. I mean, it was the 70s, so I guess it was scary back then.
Yeah, you can't judge it by today's standards.
Yes, I can.
Well, I mean,
says,
you
"Fucked
can,
up."
but you shouldn't.
Lee says, "Fucked up, you say, Sean." There's nothing new about that.
Wow. I'm a chainsaw.
Da, 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 ba, ba, da. I'm almost there.
I sent them these pictures like an hour ago.
I forgot how to podcast. All right.
I'm challenging myself to drink that whole pot of coffee throughout the entire podcast.
These are going to display different because I don't have the program installed that I used before to make the images clear. So fuck off.
Alec, you just got to do what I do, Alec. You got to screen share and have the picture up, and then you can control your own shit.
No, I just like making Sean do shit for once.
For once, how dare you?
For once, wow.
How dare you?
Wow. You're off time.
You're off
Stop it,
time,
Frank.
Wank.
I'm sorry, Frank.
All right.
Wank.
I don't know what the order is. So
Just
we're going.
pull one
Just
up and
put up
Alec.
the
Yeah,
picture
make
up
him
and
work.
I'll
Make
That's
Alec.
that's where I was going.
Yeah. Make
That's
Alec
what I
work
was
for
gonna
it.
say.
Oh, look, it's the first one. Good job. Yay!
Hey!
All right, Blitzball is now Star Wars canon. The Blitzball minigame from Final Fantasy X is now weirdly an official part of the Star Wars canon. The fantastical sport, which is essentially underwater hockey played by the inhabitants of Spira in Final Fantasy X, is mentioned in Star Wars Brotherhood, a novel focusing on the adventures of Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi during the Clone Wars. Author Mike Chen shared a series of Easter eggs from a novel on Twitter, revealing that he is a huge fan of Blitzball and therefore included it in the novel. So, how do you feel about Blitzball being in Star Wars?
I can tell you right now how I feel about Blitzball being compared to hockey.
Yeah, go on then.
It's not.
It's not.
But also what? Like how? I'm not seeing it. Like Star Wars doesn't do like the physics of Blitzball doesn't make sense to Star Wars unless they play in space where there's no gravity.
Well, they have water in the Star Wars universe, don't they?
But I mean, like, you know how it's like completely, basically underwater, and how can they? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't see the two things relating at all. But
it is random as fuck.
That's Star Wars now. Let's just take things and put them in there.
I mean, anything could be Star Wars at this point.
Yeah, this dog is Star Wars now.
Yeah, that's great. And anyway, speaking of Star Wars, hopefully.
No promises.
But
I do like Blitzball. I remember when the first time I played Final Fantasy X, I liked the Blitzball
feel
part.
like Blitzball becoming part of Star Wars is kind of dampened things for me because I'm just not a Star Wars guy. Nor is he. Look, he's going, no.
What the fuck?
Star Wars is awesome. Look, a Millennium Falcon. Okay, anyway.
Do you actually like Star Wars, or are you just being dumb?
Me?
Yeah,
Me?
you.
I literally just showed you a Millennium Falcon.
That doesn't mean you like it.
I made that myself. I put time in that. Yeah, I like Star Wars. I'm just not like a huge, like, gotta watch every single thing that comes out of it. And I
Mm.
don't know every fact, but I really enjoyed the movies. And
Did you like the last three? What the fuck?
I did the first one better, and the other two, like, man. I don't like 1, 2, 3 though. Those can go to hell. They were
Like
horrible.
episode 1, 2, 3, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to find someone to disagree
Yeah,
with
that
you.
means I'm a Star Wars fan.
Or a human being. I mean,
the younglings. Yeah, they were.
all right, Alec, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe.
I've always been ready.
Maybe
but,
he's ready.
Whenever
Maybe.
you're ready.
Yeah, I've been ready. I'm just waiting for you to put a new fucking picture.
Wow.
Good. Speaking of Star Wars, like 10 minutes ago, a new trailer for a new Star Wars video game is available. The first trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I've been saying it wrong this whole time.
It's Jedi now. It's more Disney friendly.
It doesn't like Jedi, Jill.
It just doesn't like Jedi, Jill.
You had one job. Shut up. Anyway, the first trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor premiered as part of the Star Wars celebration. The sequel to the Respawn's critically acclaimed Star Wars game is set for release in 2023. In a brief cinematic trailer, we see Cal Kestis, whatever, after the events of Jedi Fallen Order, where he is still on the run from the Empire. Respawn's next Star Wars action RPG will be released on the next-gen platforms PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. EA doesn't make any mention of the past-gen consoles. But with developers moving towards new-gen systems, there's a good chance that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is too. So,
Use the Force, Luke.
Use the Frost, Jedi.
Jedi.
Now we need a Jedi Survivor Machinima.
Right, as you know, I don't care about Star Wars, but I've added this because
I picked up on that. Alex is like
Was it the
eyes
Jedi?
twitching every time you see Jedi. He's like must separate.
Return of the Jedi. Anyway, I couldn't give a shit, but whatever, looks all right. I watched the trailer.
The graphics look pretty if that's in game. That screenshot there.
He looks like someone. The
Yeah,
singer.
I think
from
he's
a
I think he's an actor that well, I mean, obviously he's an actor, but I think that's like somebody known or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I haven't played the new one that they made before.
I have it, and I may or may not have played it.
Yeah, that's a no. I did play Battlefront 2, which I actually enjoyed the campaign for that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard the campaign was pretty good for that.
It was pretty
Everything
cool.
else was garbage, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Jedi.
All hell. Jedi.
Next one.
Give me a hint.
Come on, use your Jedi powers and Jedi.
Jedi.
Use both of them.
Yeah, use your Jedi powers.
Is it that one?
That's it. Good boy. We're getting there. Right. Nintendo shuts down the Pokemon DP sound library only after 3 months of service.
What is that?
Okay. So Nintendo has now shut down the Pokemon sound library just 3 months after the service was launched. So the now closed Pokemon DP sound library, which previously allowed content creators to download and legally use sound effects and music from the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl games, was shut down as of the end of May 2022. Why the sound library consisting of 149 tracks and sound effects from the 2006 Pokemon games was shut down wasn't given a reason. It's just strange as Nintendo heavily promoted the sound library when it was launched in February, even collaborating with Japanese performer and some other thing, Jedi, DJ Alan Shimimi to have a single release that solely used Pokemon music. Though not confirmed to be related, The service was also launched shortly after Nintendo removed several videos from video game music YouTube channels. Gilver Sinner promoting its owner to delete the channel completely. Users who have already downloaded the files from the website, such as me, can continue to use them as long as they adhere to Sound Library's terms and conditions. So yeah, you have to check back with the website if you want to carry on using it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know about this thing until 2-3 days ago.
I'd never even heard of that thing.
I mean, it's just so strange. Like, why just Diamond and Pearl from Pokemon games? Like, there's other ones like Red, Yellow.
I'm sure it's some
Blue.
like licensing thing with the composer or something.
Yeah. And apparently there's a quick update. I can't remember which YouTuber, but since the themes got pulled down, some other YouTuber has been struck with copyright issues because they use other Pokemon music. So, yeah, good job, Nintendo.
Yep, they're assholes about that. Them and I think it's them, Sega, and like Bandai Namco. I think they're all like really aggressive about that stuff.
Yeah, I might have to pull down that old stupid Crisis mini machinima with all the Pokemon music.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Whoop.
But oh well, it's not as if it appeared on Wardcast. Anyway, shall we move on to the next topic?
Is that not the right one?
Hang on, I can find it. Yep, okay, found it. That's right. Alright. So, PS Plus attempts to fix PS PAL games, but makes it worse. Good job,
nice.
Sony. Yeah. Sony's efforts to address complaints about the slower PAL games on the PS Plus has only made things worse. PS Plus Premium tier is only available in select Asian markets, although now I think Japan has it at the moment, but the revamped PlayStation Plus service is already off to a rather bumpy start. There has been reports of frequent crashing, and some of the PlayStation 1 games included with a premium tier are inferior European PAL versions. See, this is why Brexit happened. We had to leave Europe. Aside from it being strange that Sony chose to include games in the PAL format for regions that never used it, like Taiwan, PAL versions are inherently slower than the NTSC counterparts and often have vertical borders. While not strictly unplayable, they are the worst way to play retro video games. Word of this has quickly spread and naturally elicited a lot of confusion and frustration, even from those who don't even have access to the service yet. Sony appears to have acknowledged the complaints and attempted to fix the problem, but only have made things worse. So far, it seems that the only PS1 games based on their PAL releases are from the first-party titles from Sony, such as Ape Escape, and the only exception is Siphon Filter, which is for some reason based on North American NTSC release. So, what the fuck is Sony doing?
Being a bunch of fucking idiots. Well, it's like they did the same fucking thing with the that mini Sony, like the PlayStation Classic or whatever, where they put all the PAL versions on there.
Yeah,
and they weren't even like official. They were like emulated versions of PAL games. So like I don't know. It's like Sony just doesn't give a shit when it comes to like not current gen. They're just like whatever. You know?
Yeah. But yeah. So if you can see the screen, you can see on the after their PS patch, you know, the little black spot, a little thing like black cube.
The blur.
Yeah, that's what's after their patch. So
Oh
It's
no!
Taking off
Yeah.
your glasses.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
look, guys, we fixed it.
This
Oh,
is what it looked like. This is what it looks like after 2 fucking beers.
What, you didn't want it blurrier? I thought that's what you wanted.
This is your game. This is your game on drugs.
so yeah, that's why I got the Die Hard reference on there. It's like, welcome to the party, pal, because of
Welcome
Right.
to the party, pal.
pal games.
Die
All
Hard.
right. Yeah. Next one.
Cut. It's a deep cut. All right.
What?
Well, like if you haven't seen Die Hard, like that means nothing to you.
If you haven't seen Die Hard, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, embrace it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, looks
So
like a
the
nerd.
Embracer Group are making a new video game archive where they are archiving video games that aren't just their own. Embracer Group isn't just buying gaming IPs like Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. They are also buying video games that they didn't have the rights to. To add to their own video game archive, the Swedish company has stated that you can email them with your own physical games with pictures, and you can potentially sell your games to Embracer so that they can add it to the video game archive. Embracer have said they won't just keep them to themselves. They are looking into sharing them with other museums for the public to go see. The Embracer Video Game Archive is based in Karlstad, Sweden, and is still in its infancy, but Embracer have already gathered at least 50,000 games, consoles, and accessories, and wants to catalog and build a database by the end of 2022. So I just think that's kind of awesome, really, because it's like, okay, so there's like a video game museum up and coming by Embracer. And it's not just their games. So
In Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah. I like the little O that you like font.
What?
Like
Oh yeah. It's I think overall it's good, but in a way it can also increase scarcity a little bit, by sending a bunch of shit into a museum, kind of like, yeah, they're sharing it, if you go and visit them or whatever, but it's taking those out of circulation. So it's like a give and take kind of thing. Like it's good, but it could also be bad too, depending on how many people send them copies of something. Like, if you, like, for example, just to make it a narrow focus, like you have a game, they release 40 copies of it, and like 20 of them are sent to the museum, that's going to skyrocket the price of the remaining 20 copies in circulation, because they're, you can't buy them anymore. So like, it's good to archive it and share it with the public, but it's also kind of bad for like people that want to collect and own things too. So
I mean, I think that's why they're making a database so they don't have more than 1 or 2 copies of a specific.
I hope so. If they do that, if they're only taking 1 copy of everything, then that's cool.
I think it'd be good to go to something like that and go to a museum where you could actually go to these kind of things, because it's a bit like a nostalgia thing. You can go back and go get an old game you used to play. You spend X amount of money going getting a thing, and then when you start playing it, you're like, yeah, this was fun for like 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. So it does pose a question: would you guys actually sell your shit to Embracer?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I'd sell my shit, so if they'll buy it, then yes.
Not me. Like, why? I already have my collection, like, why would I give it to somebody else to basically do the same thing? I'm preserving my little chunk of video game history in my own way, and I have immediate access to it where I'm at. So like, my stuff is safe and sound and doing the same thing where it is.
Collecting dust.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
No one to play. Okay.
I'll sell them Fortnite. How about that?
For $20 million.
For 20 billion.
Bajillion.
Brazilian.
I mean, at least,
Fuckzillion.
Sweden is going to be all right to do that, because they probably one of the only countries that can have money, because they didn't panic about fucking. Yeah. Anyway, shall we carry on?
Political stuff.
Yeah.
Throw it out the window.
What's this one? Oh yeah, PS1 Platinum. So,
What's this one?
What is this?
Who
what
put
is
this
this?
I
shit
like that
together?
it says platinums, but there's only one platinum
Platinum.
trophy.
You need a spy.
I only saw 2 of them, and as I was talking, I saw the rest of them. So disregard.
Yeah, you suck.
Well, no,
Anyway.
you were right. You said there's only one platinum.
I know. That's why I added that to not sound as stupid as I would have.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, PS1 Platinum. Sony recently confirmed that the PS1 and PSP trophy support is up to the developer of the games. So it stands to reason that some PS1 classics will have trophies while others will not. There's a strong case to have trophies in all PS Plus premium titles, but at the same time, these developers are likely busy with more contemporary projects. Still, luckily, fans know some games that will launch with trophies, namely Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, IQ, Intelligent Cube, Siphon Filter, and Wild Arms.
Siphon Filter.
What?
I don't know why I
So-
like that game so much.
That's a really good game. I used to love those games like forever ago. And then Metal Gear fucking killed the shit out of
Metal
it.
Gear.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I feel like it wasn't even Metal Gear. It was more
I mean, I suppose Metal
Splinter
Gear was
Cell.
before Siphon Filter, but yeah.
Splinter Cell came out and kind of did what they were trying to do, like way better. But I mean, that was further down the road, I guess. Because like Siphon Filter did really well on PlayStation 1, and then when it went to like PS2 generation, Xbox generation, Splinter Cell came out and like Siphon Filter died immediately. Which is sad because Siphon Filter was really good.
I feel like that's why I know my cousin had a PS2 and he'd come over with his PS2. And you remember like the PS2 things you could get like the PS1 demo discs or whatever?
Oh my god, it sucks. I used to have a million of those and I threw them all away, and now they're all like not like super valuable or anything
But
like
they're
that.
but they're like
I could have sold them, but I threw them all away.
he had Siphon Filter, and I remember I used to play it and it made me feel I was like, oh my god, I'm like a gamer because I was playing the shit out of that game. So then like later I bought like all of them. Haven't played them. I just own them.
That kind of makes me sad. Like I appreciate like the way that video games are in its current form in terms of like, you know, there's so many games out there and everything is really easy to access, and you know, that's great, but so many things get buried and there's so much variety out there that like we don't really attach ourselves to things the way that we used to, like back when demo discs were a thing, you know, and you know, typically when you're younger and you can't just go out and buy a game, right? You kind of latch onto these free demo discs
Rent
and
it at Blockbuster.
or that, yeah, and you like really latch onto a particular game or a particular franchise because of that, and you kind of have a bond with it in that way because you invested so much time and you got these memories in it and stuff like that. But like that kind of stuff doesn't really happen as much anymore because there is that variety, and it's like, oh well, I want to play all these fucking thousands of games that are out there, you know, so you're less likely to spend that additional time to, you know, invest in one particular game and have it mean something to you the way that it did back in the day when the environment was very different than it is now. But it's good. It's progress, but it's just kind of sad to see that kind of thing go away. Or maybe not go away, but dwindle down a lot.
But I'm also like back on the subject of this thing though. I'm happy that they are putting trophies because then like it's not just playing it. Like you can play it and then get the trophies. Right?
It's an extra incentive to play it again.
It's like a hey, I got a trophy for doing this, and back then you didn't. So now it's like a participation medal. Hey, good job, you loaded the game. Here's a trophy.
But you actually have to do it, otherwise you won't get the medal.
Yeah.
So, fuck you.
I'm gonna get this. Yeah.
I wish they would just kind of pick one though, like do trophies or don't. You know, like I don't like.
There is no try.
You buy
Yoda.
you buy 10 games, like, you know, you're building your PlayStation 1 collection or whatever. You buy 10 games and 5 of them have trophies and 5 don't. It just feels weird, you know. It's like part of what influenced my decision to go Xbox originally, like during 360 and PS3 era, was the fact that initially PlayStation didn't have trophies, you know, and then for a long time it was like some games did and some didn't, and it was kind of messy. Where like Xbox had achievements from the get-go, so it was like again like my OCD, like that consistency of just having things like you know consistent, right? Just like I want every game I play, you build a profile, right? And it's like, okay, well, these are the games that you've played, these are your trophies, there's that uniformity to like your profile and the network and comparing things with your friends and whatnot and like logging your progress through these games, like either do that or don't. Like I don't want to be able to do it, on these 3 games and then, a game I really like comes out and it doesn't support that feature and then I just kind of feel robbed that I'm not getting those features that I had on the other games that I enjoyed. Just kind of making the experience less enjoyable. Just like do it or don't. I don't understand. Like what the fuck? What happened to research and development and committing to something? Like fucking do a test run of a thing and either you like the way that it works and you get the developers on board or you don't. Like what? I hate this middle ground thing that we have with the game development. It's like everything's always in like a test format. Like I don't know. Just fucking do a thing or don't. I like trophies, but give me trophies or don't give me trophies. There's your rant from the beginning. We got that.
Good job. It's probably not the only one we're gonna get, but yeah,
probably not. Definitely not. But does that make sense? Like,
no.
Do you guys agree, or do you just not give a shit? You're like, oh, I'll just take whatever they give me.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, then.
That's agreeing. I don't know if you heard it, but that was agreeing.
Yeah, I like trophies.
Oh.
Anyway.
Trophies, yeah.
Right, PS4 games until 2025, but Sony now see PS4 as retro. So
they use the term retro.
13.
Uh-oh.
Oop.
Oop.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties.
He's back now.
Is he?
I don't know.
Alec.
Yep, okay. The PS4 has gone on to become not only one of Sony's most successful consoles, but also become one of the most top-selling video games platforms ever. Despite this, Sony is now looking to sell the PS5 as its primary hardware, which means that the PS4 is naturally coming to an end. Now, thanks to the new guidance from Sony, we have no idea of when the PS4 might be officially be going away. So, outlined in Sony's latest financial presentation, it was made clear that games for the PS4 will be gone by 2025. Yeah. 3 more years, people.
You do realize that you can't even consistently find a fucking PS5 on the goddamn shelves yet. They're already talking about phasing out PS4.
Yeah.
Sony's so fucking stupid.
Yep.
I mean, it's not a problem for me.
I mean, it's a non-issue
Will
for
be.
me because I just don't I don't want to fucking get a PS5. Like, even when that becomes the dominant platform, I don't know. Like, I just don't. I feel like I'm getting to the point where they're trying to push me into getting a PS5, and I don't like that because like, build a goddamn piece of hardware that I want. How about that?
Yeah, but
like that'd
Sean,
be nice.
If they cap the PS4 and like stop support for it, and you don't get a PS5, you have so many games that you can play until the end of your life that you don't even have to worry about new shit and like updates and stuff like that.
It's true.
You're good. You're set.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. You won't be able to play with us anymore, but
Sure you will. We'll just go over there. We'll just move to Colorado.
There you go. We can make it work.
Yeah. Game party.
It would be a very good Wardcast, if we don't talk about up and coming
video games.
I'm gonna buy a helicopter so we can just like have a weekly hangout and play games.
A helicopter. Okay. Will it say the word on it?
Yeah, it'll be a Wardcopter.
Right. Okay. Finally.
You didn't answer me though. Did they use the term retro? Sony?
No.
Okay.
But they will.
Yeah.
Well, you said retro, and I'm like, how we're classifying previous gen as retro now? What the fuck?
When it'll become retro, they'll call it retro. People will be like, "Do you remember those PS4 games? Oh man, so old."
So, right.
Which on the subject too, like part of the last one and this one, you know, if you go up to like kids nowadays that are like, "I'm a hardcore gamer, your Call of Duty," and you go like, "Hey, do you remember when you used to have to go to like Blockbuster and you get to like rent for like $10 a 64 game, and it was like the big box," and you'll just confuse the shit out of them because they don't know what either of those things are, Blockbuster and renting games.
Or physical games.
Yeah.
I can't just download it. What the fuck?
What's an N64?
Does it come with an NFT? What is this?
Yeah. How do you like, where does the Wi-Fi go?
Yeah.
Good times.
This just annoys me because like I knew it's an inevitable thing for it to happen for the transition into the next generation, but it used to be something that was exciting. But now it's just like, oh well, I guess I'm not going to be able to play the new games that are coming out because the new system is garbage. What are you doing?
Do you remember those sounds?
I was a
Remember when you had to blow games?
I was a Genesis kid.
All right. Yeah. Next thing, the last thing I think, the last thing I got from you. So, state of play. With Sony's latest state of play, a whole bunch of games were revealed to be coming out in a bunch of new trailers. The new games include titles such as Resident Evil 4 Remake, RE Village with VR 2, Horizon Call of the Mountain in VR, Final Fantasy 16 Spooderman. Man Spider.
Puss in Boots.
The Callisto, Protocol, and more importantly, Stray, or better known as
Puss in Boots. Game.
Who put the backpack on the cat? And how's he gonna get it off?
The cat is playing PUBG.
Oh, you're right.
It's a level 1 backpack. You can't put shit in it.
All right, let's start with the elephant in the room. So,
cat game.
Yeah. No, what a piece of shit.
So, RE4 Make looks to have been given the RE engine graphics treatment and due for release on March 24th, 2023. The trailer of RE4 Remake gave a new cutscene where it appears that the president is talking to Leon or some other bunch of agents. Why this was done, it will either be to help build character and backstory, or what I suspect to be an excuse to not add something in the original RE4 had. Your thoughts on RE4 Remake?
The poster looks just like the Final Fantasy one.
Final Fantasy one?
Yeah, like in that picture, they look like almost the same. I don't know why.
What the fuck are you
like,
talking?
Oh, it looks like Leon. Yeah, it looks like Leon standing on water. Same with the other guy. There's like a tower in the background. Same.
Well, pose. I mean, it just kind of goes to show you how predictable that this was, because I think that picture was a like a fan made thing. Like, oh, this is what Resident Evil 4 Remake could look like, and that's exactly what it looked like. So,
how dare you, Lee?
None of this is really a surprise. I feel like what you're saying, Alec, they're gonna RE3 it basically. They're gonna do the 3 make treatment where they already leaked the plan. You know, it's not confirmed or anything like that, but Dust Golem or whatever, you know, he's been putting out all these leaks and most of it's been true. And he leaked that, you know, they're going to redesign the story. They're going to put a bigger focus on like a more linear experience, make it more story driven. They're going to flesh out like Lewis more. They're going to put more in there for Ada and whatnot, more backstory for Leon. And that's probably what you're seeing with that whole thing with the president. And like Glenn had some kind of like comment about, I I don't know, some traumatic event that happened in the past and he doesn't want that to happen again or whatever. So there's probably some like new story element that they're going to be throwing in there that I have a feeling is going to tie into fucking Village and the Plagas element of Resident Evil 3 remake with Nemesis, and they're going to tie the whole new universe together or whatever, and it's going to be fucking stupid. It's going to be terrible, and it's just going to be shitting on the things that I love. So I don't appreciate that, but whatever. Um just everything about this trailer just rubbed me the wrong way. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Like I remember watching trailers and being excited about Resident Evil games, and now I'm just like, fuck, god damn it, son of a bitch. I hate this. Like that's not how I want to leave that experience, but every time, like I'm optimistic going into it and I want to be surprised and have it, turn me around and get me excited, but it never does. But anyways, let's go through the bullshit. So Ashley's outfit and Ada's outfits are fucking bullshit. Like what the hell? Dresses and skirts are just not allowed anymore. Anything that defines a woman apparently is not acceptable or something. Or not defines a woman, that's not what I mean. Like
Yeah,
like,
she
yeah,
said it.
no, yeah. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like it's like a woman's outfit specifically.
Ashley can't like
you know.
sports and she can't play video games.
Right. It's like we can't, we can't do that. We
You
can't
can't do that on TV.
we can't call a lady or anything like that. But anyways, I don't like these redesigns. They gotta have pants and they gotta look fucking different. And it's not even for the better. Like I kind of I liked Jill's redesign a little bit in
Pants.
Resident Evil 3 remake. I was fine with that. It looked good. It was fine.
It was more
And
practical than
yeah, right.
a
It
mini
made
skirt and a tube top.
right. It made sense, and I was okay with it. But these designs, they just look like shit. They don't make sense.
Ashley.
Yeah, I just don't understand the need to change it like that. It wasn't for the better like they did with remake. So I don't like that fucking design. And you even have like Krauser's iconic line, oh, the bitch in the red dress. Like they can't even do that anymore. Like
I told you, it's just gonna be
what
the
the
bitch in
fuck?
pants.
It's dumb. There's
It's
no
gonna be
need
like,
to
oh,
do
the
that.
bitch with some pants, and Leon would be like, yeah.
The bitch in the pants, yeah.
Ashley, am I right? Or Ada.
Obviously the graphics and the aesthetics and everything looks just like Village, which makes me fucking want to throw up. And I knew that was going to be the case because when they were making Village, it had a Resident Evil 4 vibe in terms of design. They just obviously it looked a lot better because they were using Resident Evil or RE engine. But so they kind of turned like what Resident Evil 4 would look like into Village, and now Village looks like Resident Evil 4. Like it looks like the same. They go hand in hand now. So now they're like fused together in this ugly fucking mess that I hate because like cosmetically, you can't really differentiate the two because they look the same. There's no separation between the two. They're both a village, Gothic architecture. You know what I mean? Like you could take screenshots of both of them and not be able to tell the difference. And I don't like that, obviously, because I don't want it associated with Village in any way, shape, or form. So
Village
just
of our lives.
looking at it makes me angry because it's fucking reminds me of Village. And they continued the fucking bullshit of like throwing in these teaser like fixed camera cinematic shots in the trailer, which I get it, yeah, cinematic reasons. It looks cool to see Leon, from a distance walking through the village. And of course, Resident Evil 4 didn't have fixed cameras, but it's just this idea of, Resident Evil used to be fixed cameras and that would be cool to see again. And they fucking put it in every goddamn trailer that they release and they never give it to us. But it's there every time. It's like they know we want it and they're playing off of what we want, but they never commit to giving it to us. And every time I see them do that, it's just annoying to me. Lewis and Sadler's voices are terrible. I hate both of them. I don't think they fit at all. I feel like even the voice acting was not that great. Like it seemed overly cheesy, and maybe that's what they were going for because Resident Evil 4 was a little bit cheesy, but with the updated graphics and it seems like, a more story-driven approach this time, you would think they would want to put more of an emphasis on the quality of the acting rather than making it overly cheesy. But it's like the opposite. They went backwards and made it worse. So I don't understand that. Obviously, they put in the Resident Evil 2 remake model of Leon. I think they aged him a little bit. They didn't really put a like. There's not a lot of up close shots that kind of let you see his face clearly. What's there, it does look like they aged him up a little bit, but not enough. He still looks basically the same as he does in remake. And
Isn't it like 6 years after Resident Evil 2?
I think it's five or six, but I think it's 5. But it just that, I mean, I get it. It's 5 years. Visually, he's not going to change a whole lot. But my problem was, I had mentioned before, like that version of Leon in Resident Evil 4, just it doesn't work for me. Like that's not the Leon I want. That Leon compared to Resident Evil 4 Leon are so different. But now it's the same. Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake Leons are the same. They look exactly the same. And it just doesn't work for me. I don't like that look for that version of Leon. His voice and his personality, none of it's Resident Evil 4 Leon. So I hate that. I'm not getting that Leon character that I want from Resident Evil 4.
I hate those.
I'm getting Resident Evil 2 remake Leon in Resident Evil 4, and they just don't work well together, in my opinion.
It's the same with when we watched Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and it's just like
right. It didn't work.
No.
Right. And at least with that, we had the visual aspect that looked more like Leon, and the voice ruined it. So now we have both things not working. We have the visual version of Leon and the audio of that Leon, and neither of them are working for Resident Evil 4. So it's just like that connection is broken on all levels. And then it's current gen only. It's going to be PS5 and Xbox Series systems only. So if I want to even give this,
I think it might be coming for PS4 at some point, but
no, it's next gen only.
Great.
And PC. So like if I want to play it, like I'll probably have to fucking play it on the PC. And like I was bitching about before, like I like to have, all the trophies. Like I would like to get my Resident Evil 4 remake trophies with all my other remake trophies, but if I play it on PC, I can't do that. So that's annoying. Yeah. That's about it, I guess. For a 2-minute trailer, I feel like that's plenty to bitch about. But like this is basically my nightmare scenario realized basically for Resident Evil 4 remake. This is everything that I was afraid it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just it looks visually great, fine, whatever.
It's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like when you play through it, go through all the pretty shit, it just becomes another game. Once you've seen all of it, if it's not a good story, if it's just going to have the shit treatment of RE3 remake, then what's the point? So
yeah.
I think a lot of people are falling under, oh, look, it's pretty. Yeah.
I'm sure they're trying to capitalize on that because, that's what everybody, like I went through some of the comments just out of curiosity to kind of see what the general reception was to it. And like 9 times out of 10, it's like, oh, look at the graphics. It looks great. And yeah, you're right. It does. But, there's more going on here than that. It's a video game that we're going to play and there's a story that we want to experience. Like, that's my fucking concern. It doesn't matter what it looks like if they fuck up everything else, like I want to see that Resident Evil 4 version of Leon. There's certain scenes that I want to see realized in these new graphics. There's a storyline that I'm expecting to experience that I'm probably not going to get. I don't want Ada and fucking Ashley to look completely different. I want them to look better. I want them to just be updated in the RE engine and still resemble what the fuck they look like before. Like if you want to give me new characters, then make a new game. Like why do we have to change everything so much? You're calling it's not even called Resident Evil 4 remake. It's called Resident Evil 4. Like
Which
give
I
me
think is going to be
Resident Evil 4.
hilarious because they got Resident Evil 4 VR, so they done VR for Resident Evil Village now. So another year after, say 2024, it'll be Resident Evil 4 VR.
Point
2?
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
The other one. Yeah. We'll see as they release more. It's not that far away. It comes out in, I think, March 24th of next year. So I'm sure they'll release
2023.
I'm sure they'll release more trailers and whatnot to give us more of an idea of. Well, actually, they didn't really release a whole lot in terms of trailers for Remake 2 and 3. So I don't know. Maybe we won't see a whole lot more, but it's like all the other ones. Like my initial impression from the trailers for 2 Remake and 3 Remake were exactly what I thought they would be by the time I finished the game. So I'm sure same thing with Village, right? Every time it's been worse than I expected. One of the two. It's either been spot on or worse. So like my impression of this is probably going to be what the game is to me. And that's really disappointing.
So let me ask you, is there any games from the state of play that you really were interested in other than, well, Cat Game? Because everyone loves Cat Game.
Of course. Well, obviously, I can't wait for Village VR. Oh boy.
Absolutely.
What about the Callisto project protocol?
That looks cool. I'm hopeful for that. But again, it's like it's a exclusive for PS5. So like I don't know. Like how excited can I get? Like there's nothing. If Resident Evil 4 Remake isn't going to drive me to want to buy a PS5, what is going to? It's not going to be Resident Evil 9. Promise you that.
You know what it could
know.
be? It could be Cat Game.
Dead Space Remake is probably the biggest thing that has me tempted to get a PS5, and it's not enough. I mean, even if I wanted one, I couldn't even find one. So like, it's dumb. You can't find one. They're too expensive. There's not enough games on there to make me want to get it. It just, plus I just hate PS5. I hate everything that it is, but I don't know. Callisto Protocol looked cool. I'm interested in Final Fantasy 16. Yeah.
Do you know what? I was watching 16 and I was just like, it gave me Devil May Cry vibes for some reason. Just like the fighting style of it. Despite we've seen it before, just kind of give me a little bit of...
It looks like it plays a lot like Stranger of Paradise, which is the last game. It's the last Final Fantasy game that came out, the one that I started to play and stopped.
Good job.
But yeah, and if that's the case, that's good. That game plays really well. Do we know if is Square Enix developing this, or is it Ninja Theory, or not Ninja Theory, Team Ninja doing it again?
I don't know.
Okay. I
didn't find too many details on Final Fantasy 16 because I was kind of a bit obsessed with Cat Game.
Yeah, like that'd be a game I would want to buy. Horizon would be a game I would want to get. Yeah, there's some games, but it's more of a like, if I had a PS5, these are games that I would get. There's not that one game or handful of games that make it worthwhile in my opinion. But I do want to point out with Village Village PSVR 2 is the fact that, remember how I was like, oh, what the fuck? Why is VR not supported in here and all this shit? This is bullshit. What a waste.
Yeah.
They did it fucking intentionally to re-release the goddamn game, next gen only, forcing you to buy a whole new fucking VR headset. That's why it's not there. They're fucking assholes. That is such a shitty thing to do. Fucking Capcom is getting like more and more gross as time goes by. They're just becoming a more and more shitty company. It's really sad.
Capcom.
I know, at least they're still releasing games, unlike Konami.
Are they though?
Blinkers.
I don't know. Maybe we're at that point where they should just let it go. Like it's like I'm not mad at Castlevania. I still love Castlevania, but I'm mad at Konami for, stopping production of Castlevania games. So like I'm mad at the company, not the franchise, where it's the other way. Well, I guess it's both at this point with Capcom. I hate them both. I fucking hate the company and I'm starting to hate Resident Evil. Like how many times can they misfire? Like 3 was bittersweet. Like I liked 3, but ultimately I was disappointed. 4 I'm going to hate. Village was shit. 9's going to be shit. So it's like how many Resident Evil games is it going to take for me to just be in at the point where I'm just like, oh well, I just don't like Resident Evil anymore. Like I mean, I will always love Resident Evil as a whole, pre-remake era and pre-Village era, but it's definitely going to taint my overall, perception of Resident Evil. When half the series is going to be garbage to me, like that kind of sucks. I'd rather them just end it, let fuck up like 3 games and then just call it a day.
There's more bad Resident Evil games than there is good ones. So
yeah, and that's fucking sad, and it's just gonna get worse.
Luckily for me, Metal Gear hasn't turned out that way. So yeah, I think we talked about this before. That I'm glad Metal Gear's dead because
Metal Gear had a good run.
Yeah,
there was like a couple of like I don't think there's really any bad. Well, there's one. I guess Survive would be the one bad one, but the other ones were like there were some decent ones, but overall, I mean, the Metal Gear games are fantastic.
People didn't like MGS2 when it first came out, but then now people are just like, do you know what? It was actually a good game. It's like
right. It's because people were just surprised. Like it wasn't. Again, it's like I talk about all the time. It's setting proper expectations. Like me personally, I appreciated the twist. I thought it was cool that they advertised, oh, this is going to be another Metal Gear game with Snake, and then oh shit, it's not. I thought that was a really cool twist, but I can understand a lot of people wanting that experience and not getting it. They paid the money for a different expectation and they failed to deliver on that. I get that, and that's why that one was received so poorly and why it's getting more of a better following or a better appreciation nowadays, because people can actually see it for what it is rather than what they thought it was going to be. But regardless of your perception of that game, it's still an amazing game. Like you can't argue that it's not a great game. So like 1 was amazing, and you have a divided fan base on Twin Snakes as well, but still it's silly and they kind of fucks things up depending on your perspective, but it's still a great game. Like it still plays great. It looks great. It's fun. The characters are good. Like everything about it, it's still a great game. And all the numbered titles are great. The portable titles were great. Like it's a really good franchise, and you can, even though it's gone, supposedly, you can look back at it and be like, wow, that's a great franchise. But like, as we continue to go with Resident Evil, you're going to look back at Resident Evil and be like, God, remember when that was good, like fucking forever ago, and then it was garbage for even longer? like when it's more bad than good, that just sucks because you killed that franchise and people aren't going to look at it as fondly as they would have like Metal Gear. And it breaks my heart. It makes me sad. It's my baby. And I hate to see them fucking shit in its mouth every fucking iteration. Anyway, Resident Evil 4 remake, everybody. Don't support it.
All right, this is where I'm going to be biased and talk about cat game. And finally, the game I'm most looking forward to is Stray. It's how me and Alex like to call it cat game. Stray is set for release on PS4, PS5 on July 19th after being delayed twice. Stray has actually been in development since 2015, so it's a game with lots of love and time put into it. Stray is a game where you play as a ginger cat that is somehow fallen into a robot world. The world that was inspired by real-life Kowloon walled city in China, which is no longer here. So that's kind of cool to find something of the historical thing and go, okay, I'm going to base a video game world on that.
So wait, what kind of a game is it? Like, is it just like a adventure game?
Yeah, so you have to solve puzzles and all that kind of stuff and avoid enemies, which is Zerks. That will attack in swarms, so you have to use stealth techniques as well. Yeah, it's quite a bit of a mix of. It's an open world-ish game, not completely open world, but yeah, I just think I'm biased towards the game because it's a ginger cat. It's like awesome cat game, but I don't know. When I look at it, I just like it's something as I said before, that Metal Gear to me is dead, and I'm fine with that. So then, what am I looking forward to? So then, when this came along, I was like, that looks really cool. So it's something I'm now obsessed with. So I even have a small stray cat.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
That's funny. I need that game. I need my version of Stray. I need something to like reignite my passion for.
Yeah, you do.
Like, I want to say like reignite my passion for video games, but I mean, I still buy games on the regular, and if I had more time, I would play more video games. Like, it's not like I'm anti-video games at this point. I still love video games.
Just anti-Resident Evil.
I'm getting there. But it's just like these days, there's just not, we look at the news week after week, and it's like, aside from just like the negative bullshit that's going on and whatnot, and shitty companies and all that, and Resident Evil dying, there's just not like a whole lot of games where it's like, oh shit, this looks amazing. Like they pop up every once in a while where there's a game that looks like it, looks good, but there just used to be more games coming out where it's like, oh my god, this looks amazing, and I'm so excited to play this new game. And that doesn't happen a whole lot anymore.
I think the golden age of gaming for us is dead, but it's just how it goes.
I think part of it too is we're at a point where we've done so much, like that magic is kind of gone a little bit. There's so many, like I said, there's so many games out there, so many concepts have been explored, and we've beat a lot of these to death, with so many iterations of things that magic is kind of dwindling. But it just sucks. I miss the magic. Bring the magic back. Capcom used to do it for me.
You just gotta stop working and then perhaps play video games again.
Yeah, I do have a lot of indie games that I'm hoping will like be surprisingly like really good. I think sadly indie games are more interesting because they do try to explore new concepts and new, like, they're willing to risk things. It's like, if nobody buys their game, they're not losing millions or billions of dollars, and they don't have companies and investors breathing down their necks to do a thing or to make X amount of money. So they can explore and have fun with things and try new concepts that can be like really interesting. Which is why I bought that dumb alligator game. Like, just stupid shit. Like, I want to try things that are just like interesting in whatever way, like conceptually, like story wise, being silly, interesting gameplay mechanics, things like that are way more interesting these days because everything is kind of beat to death. But one of these days I will go back and I will play old games and I will be happy, I hope. We'll see.
All right, that's all the news I could find.
I looked at nothing. So I have nothing.
Good job.
I saw Resident Evil 4 remake and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't even like video games anymore now. I joke.
There's probably some other things. I sent a bunch of stuff to Lee, but I'm just like, yeah. Lee? Jazz, did you have any?
You were close. The names are very similar.
No ladies anymore. Jazz, was there any news you seen?
No, I was scrolling through earlier today and I did notice that like people are actually really mad at Sony about the prices for the tiers of PS Plus extra whatever
yeah
tiers of tiers. Yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I didn't read into it. I just saw the title and people are like not happy, which makes me kind of sad because I was gonna get it. Yeah. I don't want to spend money.
I'm interested in getting it, but probably not at launch, but in time.
Yeah, no, I'm more interested in getting it later just to play the games I already have, but that I could play like on the PS4 and record for machinima stuff, for somebody who doesn't have a capture card and can't record off PS1. So that's pretty much the only reason I'd want to get it. That and like not having to switch consoles to play games.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
convenience. But I do have them physical out, Sean, so you can't get mad at me.
I mean, I can because you're
Nope.
supporting the problem.
No, I have the games.
It doesn't
physical.
matter though. Like if everybody had the games and they still paid for the service, like it sends a message into the future.
Into the
So
Yeah.
what Sean needs is a butler, so he can say, "I want to play this game, this physical game. Can you go greet?"
That sounds
put it in their
amazing.
console and plug it all in.
No, not a butler, a robot.
robot.
I can
So
just
digital.
program it. No, a physical robot.
Call him
robots aren't
Digishawn.
digital. What the fuck are you talking about?
Digishawn.
No.
No, that's news. Shall we play some games?
Okay.
Okay, it's game time.
Okay, Sean. We only have 2 games this week because these 2 suck. So
Because we're employed.
wow,
Yeah. You're gonna shoot me, you're gonna shoot you back, motherfucker.
bitch. All right, Sean, pick a game. Whatever picture you happen to pick up.
Pick a game, motherfucker.
Reverse and remember. Okay, so all you have to do is listen to the reverse video game sound clip and tell me what it is from.
Village.
It's from a video game.
Good job.
I win.
All right, here's the first one.
That sounds super familiar.
That is from my nightmares. Can you play it again, but like reversed? Please.
Yeah, I will play it again, but with us. But after you tell me what it is, or after you get it wrong.
Can you actually play it again though?
Yeah. What is this?
Oh my god, I know what it is. I know I do. Fuck. I don't think it's Moonlight Sonata.
I don't think so.
There's no piano in there. Well, not enough.
It sounds like something like Silent Hilly.
Yeah, it does. I don't think it's that.
But I
either,
think that's
though.
because it's in reverse and it has that like spooky. I don't know how to describe.
I think it's a horror game. And not just because it sounds fucking like hellish. God, I don't know.
Have a guess then.
Silent Hill. Why not? Or Haunting Ground, maybe? I don't think it's that.
I'm going to just guess randomly and say Rule of Rose. Because that's a horror game I don't know.
Okay, so I've seen your thing, Lee. So now let's play the unreversed.
We're going to get mad. Mother.
Oh my god, it is.
Oh, but it's like the
It's
off
the broken one.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Yep, it's Rebecca's bad piano.
Well, Lee was the closest.
I mean, it's
Oh,
still
the
Moonlight Sonata.
cringe. The fucking cringe.
Well done, Lee. I can give you the point.
What
All right.
was that?
What the hell?
All right, here's the second one. Ready?
No.
I'm scared.
3, 2, 1.
Hell no. He's not ringing off. Zero. He's.
What the fuck was that? I'm crying and very lightheaded.
Can you play it
I'll
again?
play it again.
Yes, please.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
Hell no. He's not ringing off. Zero. He's.
I have no idea,
Again.
but it's hilarious.
Right, again.
Hell no. He's not ringing off. Zero. He's.
I don't even recognize the tone, like the voice.
Hell no. He's not ringing off. Zero. He's.
From the residence mission.
Yeah, not even reverse. That's just how it.
It is from the video game.
I had a vibe of Steve towards the end, and the music in the back. Can you play it again?
Yeah.
Hell no. He's not ringing off. Zero. He's.
I feel like it's Code Veronica. I don't know why. Like the music in the background gives me like
But
get
who's
that
the-
carousel.
Who's the
Alfred.
deeper voice though?
I know. It sounds a bit like Barry. But that's the
It
thing, is
does.
like my brain just wants to say Resident Evil, but
Right.
there's
Is that you guys?
the music sounds like the surf music from Pokemon. No, the like da-da-da-da-da.
Ah, yeah.
I have
Surf
no, I have no
Alec.
guess. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say Code Veronica. It's probably wrong, but
Okay,
with
sure,
the
what's
gut.
your guess?
I have no guess. I have no idea.
get on my
Literally just
side.
pick a game.
Horizon.
Okay.
It's Aloy.
It's the original.
Gee, it sure is boring around here. My boy.
The fuck is that?
What is that?
Legend of Zelda CDI.
Oh, okay.
Do that again.
Gee, it sure is boring around here. My boy.
My boy.
Excuse
My boy
me,
is
princess.
a meme. A lot of what they say is a meme. So, yeah. All right, let's do the next one.
What?
What the fuck?
Shall I do that again? Try not to
Yeah.
laugh this one.
Oh, I'll try. I was trying the first time.
Oh.
I'm just gonna go with what Lee said.
It's 100% House of the Dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with what Lee said.
I don't know if it's 2 or not, but it's House of the Dead for sure. The gunshots.
All right, here's the original.
I don't want to die. My God.
My God.
Don't come! Go away! Please, help him! Don't kill me! No!
Ah!
Yeah, well done. It's House of the Dead 2. All right,
Good job, Lee.
Yeah, way to go, Lee.
let's do the next one.
Mary Robertson, Hayes. Eu said no was gonna forget it. Ashes we see and heading about head.
Seth, so you a schluck, right?
What?
Just somebody taking a dump. He's like, shit. Shit.
I did have fun listening to that. Okay, I was like,
Shit.
Why is my camera being an asshole?
here it is again.
Mary Robertson, Hayes. Eu said no was gonna forget it. Ashes we see and heading about head.
Seth, so you a schluck, right?
Shit. That's all I hear. It's
I know.
quiet. Shit. That's
Oh
yours.
god.
Oh.
What the
God.
fuck is that? There's like
One
a
more time?
fucking plane engine or something in the background.
Yeah, one more time.
Mary Robertson, Hayes. Eu said no was gonna forget it. Ashes we see and heading about head.
Seth, so you a schluck, right?
Shit.
It's the second one because it goes shit. Like it, it just delays it. I have no idea what that is.
I don't either.
Is
but
that
it's
Silent Hill
hilarious.
because of the like super loud background noise? I'm thinking
Nah,
of
I
some
don't
old
think so.
game.
It's got to be on like a plane or something.
The only game I know that has a plane is Code Veronica, and I don't remember. Shit.
Yeah, it's some game we're playing. It's shit. Shit.
It's Sean going through his Resident Evil library.
It is. It is.
This one's good. Speaks Japanese. Shit.
All right, do you guys want
Oh
make
no.
a guess?
I have no idea.
Lee
Lee
says
said Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
X, yeah.
10.
So I'm gonna go with what Lee said because it seems to work. Oh my god. I feel like it's somebody pushing a crate like huh, but it's like shit. Like
Snakes on a Plane, the video game.
Okay.
oh
Right, none of
actually
you.
I'm thinking Metal Gear now that you said Snake.
Yeah, Metal Gear 3.
Because there's a lot of like noise and the tank and shit like that. So I'm shit. I'm gonna say Metal Gear.
All right. You're all wrong. Here's the original.
Here, I'll show you. Watch this.
Yeah, that weapon definitely suits a track member. But I prefer to go in this way. See ya, Mr. Barbarian.
What the fuck is
What is
that?
that?
Dino
Oh, it's
Crisis
Dino
2.
Crisis.
Oh,
It'd help if I played these games.
wow.
Well,
I
it's
apparently I need to play that game again because I don't remember any
Play it
of
in
that at
fucking
all.
reverse though.
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit.
All right, next one.
Shit.
Ready?
No. Yes.
Okay.
And I see. Hey.
I was doing okay until he goes, wow.
Oh god.
This is my favorite game ever.
And I see. Hey.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
I love this game.
This is my favorite game.
Oh my god, I'm fucking
tears.
crying. What the fuck?
Honestly, I
Oh
can't
my
even
god.
like I can't even retain any of the rest of the clip after the like "Ah!"
Oh.
And
Holy
could play
shit.
some-
There you go. I'm gonna go with what Lee said again.
What is it? Oh yeah, Devil May Cry sounds right.
Wah!
Oh my
It's the
god.
original.
Holy shit.
My dream! My life! I was going to be the king of this world!
It sounds just as stupid.
Yeah. Here's your crown.
Yes, it is DMC2. Dante shooting Iris.
Holy
When
fucking
Iris, for some
shit.
reason, goes to high pitched.
So many
Like,
tears.
no!
Wow.
Alright, last one.
Oh god.
Are we ready?
Hello.
Ah,
Oh my
And
god.
again.
yeah.
That's the Skyrim. Hello.
Smear schnot.
Lee says Dino Crisis.
I could see that. Why does Lee know all these?
He's cheating.
I mean, I'm not supplying him the answers.
Oh my
He
god.
knows.
Do you want to hear it one more time?
I'm going with Lee. I think that sounds right.
Anyone not going with Lee?
I'm gonna go with Resident Evil 3. Just cause. There's a
Okay.
helicopter. There's definitely a helicopter.
Here's the original.
What are your dreams?
What?
Well, you know, I'd have to say my dream project.
Let your dreams drive you. A message of hope to today's young people from David Hayter.
I never actually said that.
Is this
What
even
the
from a game?
hell was that?
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
from a
it's-
game?
Metal Gear Solid 4. Before you actually start the game, you have a bunch of TV channels you can skip using your Solid.
Oh my god.
And that was an interview with Eva's voice actor interviewing David Hayter, which is Solid Snake's voice actor.
I never even knew that was a thing.
Well, this has been fun.
Hey, can you play the before last one again?
Yeah.
We have to try not to laugh.
Impossible.
Got this.
Da-da, da-da.
And I agree.
Kid. Shit. Oh,
All right,
yeah.
last
Oh my
game.
God.
Oh god.
What the fuck? I was not prepared for this. Whew.
Tears. Oh my god.
It's a monster game.
I already know the head is Pierce.
Yeah. Pierce from Saints
The
Row.
body is Lulu from Final Fantasy X. I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Little gothic bitch.
Wow.
I stand by it. Left kind of looks like the tyrant's leg.
Yeah. The right leg is Raiden from Metal Gear. The right arm
It's fucking weird.
looks really familiar. Mm. Shit.
The left arm looks like they're holding a snowball.
Yeah, what the hell is that? It looks like a tentacle or something.
It's really small. It's
Would you shag me? Really? Wow.
Mary Robertson, nice. Said no one ever forgot him. Ashes me see and heading about that.
Oh God. What the fuck?
The left leg looks too small to be a tyrant.
No, I think it is a tyrant. I'm pretty positive it is.
This picture's so small it's hard to really see the left arm.
Yeah, I have no idea on the arms.
All right. Shall I send the all together picture to Sean?
They have to do things.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Is there a way of like zooming in to the arms? Burn to technology.
I don't know. Maybe if I screen share it. I don't know.
Also, I know what audio you can
What?
use for this.
It's like an optical illusion. Doesn't even make sense.
Was the right arm from like Portal or something?
No, you'll never believe what it's from. It makes no sense. I'm looking at it and it makes no sense. All right.
I couldn't really see it though.
Ooh. Okay, so the head was Pierce from Saints Row 4, Lulu, the body, the arm, Magician House of the Dead, the other arm, Alan Wake from Alan Wake, leg, Birkin from Resident Evil 2, and the other leg was Raiden MGS2.
You know what's funny is when I said like that leg looks too short to be a tyrant, in my head I was like, maybe it's Birkin because he's like half tyrant, but I didn't say that out loud, and I should have. Like I had I don't know, it had a Birkin feel to it. Fucking Alan Wake.
Yeah, I never would have got that.
No.
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 So what I'm hearing is keep doing reverse and remember game because it's just turning out hilarious. Maybe ditch the monster game.
We could die. We could die.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
They're terrible demons.
Ouch.
All right. Speaking of terrible demons, should we reach in com-coms?
What? Oh my god. That face.
Yeah. Okay. So first comment.
I see the underline there, you fuck.
No, good. Right. It's good to know my sense of humor remains the same after 12 years. Good shit from Bagaz said 1, 2, 3.
Zed.
Said. So question 1. Do you feel watching machinimas like Door after many years is a good way to test your sense of humor?
What?
Yeah. I
Do
second
you feel
that.
watching machinimas like Duel after many years of not watching it is a good way to test your sense of humor? It's like, do you still find things funny?
I mean, that's super subjective. Like some people's sense of humor changes, some of it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus, throughout the 12 years, people are still watching duels.
For me, it's more about like just seeing the evolution of it. But like my humor in general is like the same, for better or worse. I don't know if that's good or not, but I don't know. I still find the old stuff funny, and I think a lot of the viewers do too, which is good. So, yeah.
Okay. Question 2. Do you think your sense of humor has changed?
I just answered that.
Well, let other people answer it, you dick.
Wow.
It really hasn't. It's still fucking random and stupid as it always was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to, because when I was doing the Heavy Rain parody, Alex was in the room listening to what I put up to, and he's just like, how come you never change your sense of style? It's like, you're just so offensive to woke people. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Shit, I'll come up with.
I feel like I can easily answer that question with how many times do I laugh at the clip from RE3 where the fart propelling, like I hear a fart noise and I still laugh. I am an adult child.
Me too.
Burps are gross, but farts make me laugh. Yeah.
All right, question 3. Do you think real life events that happen to you will change your sense of humor?
Yes. What?
So, like,
No.
for example, if you had just watched a funny thing about some pet dying, and then your real life pet died, do you think that that's still going to be funny?
I
It's
mean,
kind of a tame thing.
Probably temporarily. For like a pet, I say probably temporarily, but some bigger events, yeah, that would definitely change. Like if it starts to get personal, I guess that's when you're like, okay, well, I don't find this funny because I've lived it, which is horrible to say because like people, yeah.
It's kind of a fucked up thing too, because it's like, people get so sensitive about things, and like, yeah, that does happen, and it sucks, and it does kind of change your perception on like certain jokes and certain themes and whatnot, and that's normal and natural and okay. But like, I don't think humor needs to change to accommodate that, because like,
No.
just because certain people have gone through a thing that changes their perspective doesn't mean we should change how we view comedy and jokes. It's not really a
Yeah.
fair way to approach things. It unfortunately does alter your personal perception, and maybe, certain things that you did find funny before put into your new perspective aren't funny because of those events that happened, which sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's like on that I agree with that with like, but at the same time, you know how like people will be like, oh, this happened to me, so you should take this shit down.
Yeah,
Like,
fuck
so
that.
it's
Yeah.
like if it happened to you and you would have found it funny otherwise, just don't watch it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I know there's stuff that's happened, and like when it comes up, I just back away from the conversation. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be like, yo, stop saying that shit, like
Right.
that's
Yeah, and
kind of
and like that doesn't mean your opinion doesn't count or anything. It
Yeah.
could be acknowledged and respected, but who the fuck are you to be like, you better accommodate me by
Yeah.
changing everything you do, like that.
Change your
No.
life.
Yeah,
I know.
change your life
I
for
know.
me.
I've said things. I won't go into detail or anything, but like I've said things, and like immediately after saying it, I know that it would have hit somebody differently, and I'd be like, "Oh fuck!" And then like to this day, I'm still like, "Oh fuck!" I can't believe I said that because like you know what people that have gone through, and you know how to like I don't know, like it's said because that's just the humor, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna make a big thing about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know that's happened, but it's an automatic filter that we don't always think about. But as long as you know the people and you're like, they still talk to you to this day, so I guess they're not that upset about your jokes.
Yeah. But it's like if you're trying to think about like all those different elements, like, oh well, I don't want to do this or this or this or that because it's going to affect that person or this person, or you know what I mean? You're putting yourself into this creative box that really limits you. And the
Mm,
people that you don't want to upset should understand that like that's not done intentionally to make certain people
yeah,
feel uncomfortable. It's just like that's the joke and that's what you wanted to tell, and it's going to land with some people and it's not going to land with other people. And
yeah,
as long as everybody has an understanding, equality and all that, we all understand and appreciate each other's unique perspective. Like we can joke about basically anything as long as it's not malicious intentionally.
yeah, exactly.
There's some jokes that are aggressively attacking somebody, and that's fucked up. Like you don't want to do that. But outside of that, you should be able to joke about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Do you disagree?
It's Alec.
Yeah.
He usually just goes with his humor and
I mean, I agree with some bits of that what you were saying, but I don't know. From my personal perspective, when I was making, well, back in school when I had gay jokes and all that shit, I was like, when I wasn't out, I was just like, and like shit. But then after I came out, I was just like, oh, okay. I guess I should be offended at gay jokes, and I just don't get it because I just join in. Like I don't let it own me. It's like I own the joke, and I
yeah.
just turn it around. So for me, I actually find it better when you go through certain things. Like yeah, there might be horrible events. Like I don't know, one of your ex partners stabbed someone you know. Yeah, it's bad at the time.
Something we
But
go
then-
through often.
Every day.
I mean, yeah, me and Lee can testify to it, but but we make jokes about it now because we know the person it happened to is completely fine with it, so we just own it. So I think it's part of therapy that we laugh about it now. So it's just
So you're agreeing with what I said then?
Yeah. Well, I kind of get what he means, but at the same point, like if I don't know. I guess we get into the level of like everybody copes differently with things. And like if somebody knows you've been through something and kind of jokes about it, it could I don't want to use the word trigger because I fucking hate that, but like it could be more upsetting because they don't deal with it as well. I don't know. But again, it's that if you can't how the person jokes. Like for example, I know you guys how your humor goes, so I kind of if it's something I know, I'm like, nah. I'll just be like, bye.
Yeah.
Or start being stupid.
But like for me, I would never want to impose upon someone to like feel like they need to accommodate me because of something that I've gone through with something they're doing creatively and
Yeah.
innocently. Like if it's one thing if they're like taking what happened to me and they're going out of their way to make me feel like shit about it on a personal level, like no,
Yeah.
of course
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
if it's
But
targeted
if
and
you had a
malicious.
general joke that just happens to kind of touch on something that might
Yeah.
land the wrong way with somebody that or somebody in general, like you shouldn't feel obligated to have to like cut that out so that you don't offend those people.
Yeah.
They should understand, like, that doesn't resonate with me, but
That's just how
then,
your humor is.
yeah, like, then maybe you just don't watch that particular thing, or like just get over that one little joke. Especially when it comes to things like that, you're probably talking, okay, look, we have a 10-minute video and there's like a 4-second joke that doesn't land with you. Like, we should be able to just overcome that microscopic portion of the video and appreciate the things that you do like, and just recognize that one thing for what it is. It's not there to offend you personally. It's just a joke that is funny if you haven't been through X event or whatever.
It's a bit
Human
like when I
beings are
made the Paul
complicated.
Haddad joke. Paul Haddad being dead joke, and just like you guys were just like, "Ooh," and I was just like, that
Well, I
was.
react like that all the time, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, personally, I wasn't offended by that.
Yeah, like it was fine for me too, but there are people that probably knew him on a personal level. If they had seen that, they probably would have been like, like,
That
that's
guy's a
not so
dick.
funny.
All right, let's move on to next comment.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, hold on. Why is that?
Oh, it says
Everything-
second comment.
Everything is fine.
Wow.
Wow. I was having a technical difficulty. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Sasha says can kind of relate to this to games nowadays, with people being all sensitive towards the nudity or blood or whatever. Like, if you don't like your kid or you yourself playing it, then don't get it. Which is what fucking ratings are for.
100%.
Don't want your kid to see a boob? Maybe don't buy them a fucking console, idiot. Because it's everywhere now.
Good job. All right. Rabbit's
Oh, look,
Hole
Sean.
commented, I remember when I was studying English and these videos helped me so much. Still in love with these series.
Sorry.
Question 1. What grade do you think Rabbit's Hole got in his or hers or its or so many other fucking pronouns English
See,
studies?
boom, you just offended a bunch of people.
I know.
It depends where they're from, because I know that I learned English when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. So, yeah. Probably around there.
Taught people how to say fuck and
That's
bitch
why I laugh,
and
because
goddamn
like,
it.
you're watching a video to learn English and they're just like, fucking shit, fucking bitch, fuck shit. And they're like, fuck, mom, fuck.
So this is Tourette's.
Wow.
English is Tourette's.
It is.
What did Sean say? What better way to learn English than starting with a bunch of swear? Yep. Exactly.
All right, let's go on to question 3 because that kind of leans into it. So, do you think we should teach
sorry.
children swear words
Yes.
from a young age just to get it over and done with?
Yes. They're going to learn it. So you might as well just tell them, like, hey, this is a bad word. You want to use it? You might get in shit. Yep. Throw a bad word in explaining why bad words are bad.
Right. The more you acknowledge it and normalize it, the less they're going to abuse it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the
But
more that you're honest with your children, it's like you're not really special. You're just a matter
The
of
moral the moral is don't have kids and they won't learn bad words.
There you go.
DMC, don't make children.
All right, so question 2. Do you think dual and other missionaries can actually help people with their studies?
No.
I mean, anything with a language that you don't understand, if you watch it, you can pick up things from
That's
it.
true.
But that's on a very basic level. And I guess the more you're into a thing, the more. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that works, because you'd have to have a basic understanding of what's being said for you to appreciate the content in general.
So,
But I guess it could help refine it a little bit. Like if you have a very simple understanding of English and you watch, YouTube videos or whatever, let's say you watch Duel, it can kind of help, and you're into it, it resonates with you. You can it can help round out the language a little bit to a degree. Again, I feel like that's very minimally, but I have heard people learn entire languages by watching like television. So I don't know.
I can actually answer that as somebody who has learned a language.
There you go.
I remember like I was struggling so hard, like I couldn't even grasp like apple, and my aunt would come into our class and teach us songs in English. So the more like you speak, the more to sing the songs. Then I started watching slowly started watching movies and shows in English, and I think if I hadn't been watching like TV and stuff like that, I like just in class, like I don't know how your schools are and if you learn like Spanish or whatever, like just being in class, you don't learn as much. But like videos,
Yeah.
music, 100% really helped. And now it's like, hey, I speak English. I
and-
talk English good.
And kind of like what I was saying before, it's like if you
Yeah.
if you understand like most of what's being said, and then there's like words that you don't get, like you don't understand what they mean, and you're hearing them a lot, they might stick with you more than like learning it in
Mhm.
class. And then when you do get to the point where you're taught what it means, it's more likely to stick with you because you've heard it so many times, and then you understand in the context of that scenario that you kept hearing it in, like how it works and functions like within a sentence.
Yeah.
So
And
in
now,
that way it can be effective.
and now I get to like I'm like trying to learn German with Duolingo, but then like you know how I play Plague's Tale and I put the language like in German or whatever, and they say words, and I'm like, I know what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm catching it, and then I get to hear the context of that sentence too, like you said. So yeah, I
Yeah.
totally. Video games, machinima, it's the best way to practice. It's the practice more than learning. You
Yeah.
get the actual experience. Languages are fun, but hard. But hard.
Mm.
All right, let's go to the last comment, which is third.
Wow.
It's like he looked at you.
I'm
Such a
I'm
dick.
gonna find a different thing to put up. How about that?
Just a big middle
Oh.
finger. Like,
Dick pic.
Is it cat game? All right.
hey, it's Sean.
Hello.
This one from Filipino white boy. The comment
Oh,
is,
no.
you kind of look like Lucas from RE7. So, guys in chat and Jazz, do you think Sean looks like Lucas?
No,
So I look like a crackhead? What?
does not look like him.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I see it.
I mean, not. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like everything is different. Plus, the guy doesn't even have a hat, and Sean has like it's part of his head.
Wow. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't see it.
No.
I remember that comment and I was like, what the fuck? How? All right.
Filipino
It's weird
white
because
boy.
I can see it, but yeah. All right. What Resident Evil character do you guys think you look more like?
Jill.
Barry. I think honestly, I find that sometimes Alec looks like Parker. It's now that you
I
don't
can
have the
see
same
that a little
facial hair,
bit.
but before I just like I kept going like he looks a little bit like Parker. Would be good cosplay. I used to like look a bit more like characters, but not anymore.
I would say
Par-
probably now I kind of look a little bit like Piers, but
Did you say
That's-
Resident Evil or just like video games?
yeah, Resident Evil. But we can expand it to other video games if you want.
I used to I remember I left my house one time and I had like this blue jacket on, and I always wear a hat, obviously, but like the hat was too big, so it was like this. And somebody I know was like came up to me and they were like, "Oh, you look like that girl from the Resident Evil game." And I was like, "Huh?" Because I always like cosplayed Claire, so I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And apparently I looked like Jill, but not anymore. This was like I was so tiny. And Diz thinks I look like Aloy. She said she was playing the game and she thought Aloy looked like somebody, and apparently it was me.
I can see it.
Leaper, I don't see it, and I kind of think that it's an insult to Sean. Lucas is terrible, and Sean is, well, endearing in a very odd way. I can't tell if that's an insult or a comment.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I think Sean
mean-
looks and sounds like a guy from Tim Hortons.
I'm totally okay with insulting Sean.
How dare you? Wow.
It's Sean.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
All right. So last question. Would you like to become a face model or a model for a video game? Like any particular video game? But if
I want to be a face model for a wizard in Resident Evil 9.
I want to be the face model for Batman in Resident Evil 9.
In Resident Evil 9.
Yes, please.
Sure. Can I be
Call
the face
me.
model for a
Call me
helicopter in that
Capcom.
game? So we can all just be part of it? I want to be the face model for a chainsaw. Oh,
That's been read your comments.
I want to be a tree. Can I be a tree?
I mean, you can identify what you want. It's like, fuck it, why not?
I want to be the face model for ketchup.
Ketchup?
Ketchup.
Right. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to talk about? Or
Let's talk about. No.
You know what? You know who I look like? I look just like that create a character wrestler that I made in WWE 2K19. I look just like that one.
I look like
where you scan the face in. I look just like that person.
Oh my god!
No, do you know what? You looked more like the Wardcast Wrestling episode 1 Jazz character.
What?
I
and on that note,
yeah, I find
this has been episode 164. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on wasting 2 to 3 hours. Oh no, it's like 2.25 hours.
11.
11
of our lives. And if you enjoy the podcast or any other content on the Ward, please consider helping us by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us by patreon.com/theward productions to get exclusive content or buy merchandise, t-shirts, hats, and whatever else useless things like face masks. Yeah, they're good. Reward.
Maybe I should remove those.
Shop.
I don't know.
Have a great week, or don't. I don't care. And we'll see you next time.
I wasn't ready. God damn it. Do a dance. Hold on. I have a video somewhere. Bye, everybody.
Staying alive.